creative. I am strength. I am intelligent. I am owning my right to joy. I am beauty. I am light. I am an empath. I am perseverance personified. I am a survivor and a thriver. I am kind. I am successful. I am a melanin goddess wonderfully made. I am a black butterfly.
Available at Christian bookstores and online. Purchase it today.
You gotta take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any tasks that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's time to change your life. Know what you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is the day to claim your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Wanda is considered one of the most passionate and positive people you'll ever meet, both personally and professionally. Her inspirational mentoring, sales, and customer service training has dubbed her to be Wanda D. Hollis, the Motivational Queen. She launched Wanda D TV, a revolutionary online real estate talk show where local businesses and community leaders discuss their services, issues, and concerns. Wanda is passionate about helping people achieve their goals and dreams. She has gone on to pursue many passions, including her I Am Enough talk show, having a seat on the West Georgia Board of Realtors, author of inspirational and motivational books, and also a strong supporter of several nonprofit organizations within her community. Wanda believes that there's no such thing as bad decisions, only regrets of not making the right attempt. For speaking engagements or to book her for your next event or conference, please visit www.IamEnough365.com.
I tell you, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room, everybody. It's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, your accountability coach, helping you get her done. Yes, and we are day 4 of our, say it with me, our book fair, international, first time, summertime. Yes, all of that. So come on in the room. Come on in the room. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. See, this is the afternoon session, and you can just kind of like this. How you supposed to sit now? You're supposed to just like sit back up in your chair like that, and then you jump up like this because it'll get so good to you. I'm on fire. I was running around the building earlier. Our authors came in and just knocked it out the park. And if you're here, I want to say welcome, welcome, and welcome. Put down where you are tuning in from. Put it in the comments. I want to give a special salute and shout out to our sponsors, Grady Baby Radio. Yes, we're live on Grady Baby Radio, as well as the Winning Evening News. We're also in our Wake Up Winning for Entrepreneur page and Facebook. And of course, the I Am Enough page. We're also on our website. So wherever you are, and did I mention Twitch TV? Yes, we're on Twitch TV as well. So wherever you are, I just want to say welcome. If you're watching from YouTube, I ask that you please ring that bell so that you can get notifications. You know, hit the subscribe button and see when you get the notifications, it'll sound like this. Yeah, that's that bell I'm talking about. Ring that bell. So come on in the room. Come on in the room. I'm ready. I'm fired up. Can y'all tell I came in a little hot, huh? Well, you know I can't calm down because that's just the way I roll. That's just the way I roll. We got some of our authors already hanging out in the green room, and I'm gonna tell them this: do not eat up all of the snacks because there's more people coming in. You got to be kind. You have to share and make sure you wipe your face off before you come on live because we don't want no strawberry juice, hanging from the side of your mouth. So make sure you wipe that off before you come on. We can't have that. But so let's do a little housekeeping. Now, as the authors come on, you will notice that their information will be scrolling below. So I want you to pay attention, write their information down, go follow them, go check them out, go, purchase their book, of course, but also listen. I want you to listen. I want you to listen to what they have to say, because what you're going to hear is you're going to hear the heart and spirit of our authors. It's not just about their book, but it's about their work. See, our work is tied into everything we do. It's called our work, not our jobs, but our work. So I've been on fire since Monday, and I don't even know. You know what, y'all? I'm on a whole nother level. Y'all didn't took me higher and higher. I thought I couldn't go any higher, but I'm so high now to where I was telling somebody, you would have thought I had a little cup of Jesus juice, a little wine or something, but I haven't. Because every time I hear these authors talk and I get to know them a little better, it's all about them. It's all about their stories, not just their books, but their entire stories. Like I said, their body of work. So I need you to do me a favor. Okay. You want to know what it is? Say yes. I don't hear y'all. Say yes. Okay. I want you to hashtag wake up winning. I want you to hashtag I am enough. Okay. And I definitely want you to tell me where you are in the world. Earlier today, we had Dubai in the house. Where are you in the world? Where are you in the world? Are you in Australia? Are you in Germany? Are you in California? Are you in New York? Where are you? We want to know. Why do you want to know, Wanda? Well, I tell. Okay, hold up. When I get to talking to 2-3 persons, don't worry, just keep up. We want to know because intentionally we are sending vibrations. Intentionally, we're raising the vibration. Intentionally, we're making a difference. This is all about the power of technology. Not the messiness of technology. This ain't that, y'all. This is the power of technology. So you have to know that your energy matters. My energy matters. Your energy matters. So that's why we need to know where you are so we can send you these positive vibrations so you can touch other people, so we can touch each other collectively. Now, let me calm down. Y'all know I can't, right? So let's just get going. So first of all, let me acknowledge some people that's already in the house. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Yvette. Yes. We got Boston in the building. We got Nana in the building. Yes. We have so many other people. I can't see your names. So you have to give StreamYard permission so I can see your names, but that's okay. just share the information. You don't have to worry about, is it going to be good information if this is your first time? Don't worry. You're here because you're supposed to be here. So share the information. Now, I'm going to bring up my very first author, and he's going to come to you. He's going to tell you what he's all about, what he has going on. His wife was on the other day. They're a dynamic power couple. Yes. And we're going to get to know him and them a little bit more. Okay. Are y'all ready? Say y'all ready. Say I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. That songs be playing in my head. Y'all gonna find out who I am today. Okay, that's just for sure. That's just all it is. Hello, King. How are you doing?
Well, hello there, ma'am. Hello. I am doing wonderful. Hope you are.
Well, you already know I'm on fire. I said,
Hey,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I feel it.
You feel
I'm
it, right?
I'm sitting up.
You sitting up. You gotta sit up. You gotta sit up. You gotta get it ready. How are you, and what part of the world are you in?
I'm doing well. Coming to you live from Wendell, North Carolina, the eastern part of North Carolina. Yeah, east of Raleigh.
Okay, east of Raleigh. Yeah, say something that I know. Raleigh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're in the eastern part of the state, right outside of Raleigh.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do, Kevin, I'm gonna move out of your way and let you have the floor. Tell them, why you're here. Give them, introduce yourself, and then I'll come back and we'll dive into what this beautiful, the heart of an entrepreneur is all about.
All right. Well, again, good evening to everyone. My name is Pastor Kelvin Lucas, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Take It by Force Ministries. We're a youth and young adult outreach ministry celebrating 20 years of ministry this year. My lovely wife and I have been blessed with a tremendous outreach ministry. I'm married, but we've been married for 24 years. We have 3 wonderful kids, and I love to volunteer out in the community. And I also love to write a little bit. I love to write as well as preach. Preaching, that's my thing. I love to preach the word of God, but every now and then he'll pull me to the side and give me some things to write about. And so I've authored 2 books. My first book was in 2018, Spirituality and Sexuality, a Godly Perspective. Awesome book where we seek to help address the alarming rate of STDs amongst our young people. And so God has given me that book as well as a workshop to help address that particular need in society. And then my latest book, which we're going to talk a little bit more in detail later on, The Heart of an Entrepreneur, to commemorate the 20 years of our ministry, and really utilizing that particular book as a leadership initiative to help motivate our young people to abstain from violence. Youth violence is also another staggering statistic. So encouraging them to abstain from youth violence and try to find that inner strength, that inner beauty, to become a leader within their society. And so this year, in the 20 years, we're really utilizing these 2 pieces of literature to help move forward into the marketplace. And again, we're just excited about the 20 years of ministry that we've got going forth. And you can visit our website, simplykelvin.com. It's scrolling there across the bottom of your screen, simplykelvin.com. You can go online there and you can learn all about our outreach ministry, our organization, our blog page. And also you can purchase our book. You can purchase the book, or you can purchase the book on Amazon. Either way, they're both readily available to you.
Well, Pastor, you said a mouthful. I have to be real concerned when the pastors get on here, because they'll just steal the show. I already know. I could have just sat back and you would have just kept on going, because that's what pastors be doing. I'm so honored to have you here though tonight. And what you said to me that really, really struck me was working with the youth.
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
because that's definitely something that, we have to always make sure that we're sowing those seeds, and we're helping them along the way, like we were helped along the way. And so I just really, really appreciate your commitment to that. 20 years is a long time to be out there in the trenches with the children and doing the outreach ministry as that. So tell me what type of things do you do specifically in your outreach, in you and your wife's outreach ministry?
The foundation of what we do a lot of workshops, where we collaborate with other like-minded organizations in the community, and we go out and we facilitate workshops. Now, of course, over the past 12 months, we've been doing a lot of virtual workshops. As a matter of fact, I've got one coming up on June the 24th, the My Life Matters, which focuses
Oh.
then on the leadership aspect, and then on the 30th of June, I've got the spirituality and sexuality workshop where we're trying to reach out to the men, to the youth and young adult males. And we do those each month. So if you go to our website or go to our Facebook page, you'll find the link where you can sign up for those. But that's the majority of what we do, our workshops. But then also each year we target or identify a particular community in the marketplace, and we go out and we host what we call our youth camp meetings. And these camp meeting events, they're outdoor events where we do it old style. Where we
With the
break out the
tent.
40 by 40 tent. Oh yeah, the 40 by 40 tent, the cultural arts. We give away door prizes. We give away free food, school supplies. And this year, this will be our 32nd event that we'll be doing in my hometown of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, which is further
Okay.
east. Rocky Mount, which is further east of where I currently live. But this will be our 32nd camp meeting, and really, that's how we got started. Back
Okay.
in 2002, we did our first camp meeting outdoors, and then off of that, we took that momentum and leveraged it and turned it into workshop sessions that of course, we do those indoors.
That's nice. How has things changed though since like 2002 till now? What's do you see a lot of changing in the community and different things of that nature?
Yeah, I think over the years, it's like the more things change, the more they stay the same. The generations get older, but the struggles are still the same.
The needs
But
are
I
still
think,
the same.
yeah, but I think the key is it's how you package what you have to offer. So when you package, your packaging has to be relevant to the marketplace. Because if your package is relevant, then they'll want to see what's on the inside.
Right. And you know
And so
what?
that's key.
Because as you were talking, I was thinking about even the topics that you're talking about, like STDs, like those are real issues. And the fact that you're making it be connectivity to the community. So like you say, you package it so it's not the 80s version or the 1964 version. It's like right now, today, how can we relate? How can we talk about it right now?
Absolutely. And the beauty of my life, and especially with my wife Felicia, is that we have 3 kids. And so our oldest one, he's 21, our daughter, she's 19, and then we have a middle schooler who's 13. And so the beauty of our children is that over the 20 years of ministry, our kids have helped us to stay relevant.
Right.
Oftentimes, as we relate to them, we're able to relate to the youth of today. So that has really been helpful to us through our family and through our kids.
And that's good. That's why you will keep making the impact that you do. Because I remember when my kids were like in high school and growing up, like from elementary to high school. And so all of their friends would come by with this, level of respect for me. And even now today, even though they're in their 20s and 30s, it's still like those same now adult children with children, they still they're like, that's my Dukes right there, so it's still like that nice level of respect. And I think that's really what pays off. We respect the youth, and then the youth respects us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think the key is when you respect young people, you'll be honest with them,
Yeah.
because that's they need honesty. They need to understand that the road that they're going down, they're not the only ones that have been down that road. And
Mm-hmm.
and in order to keep ministry relevant, you have to be able to be honest,
Right.
and upfront with them. Because if the ministry can't do it, if the ministry can't be honest and upfront with the young people, then come on, come on.
Then the streets is gonna be upfront and honest with them.
See. So the ministry has to take its rightful place and be
Mm-hmm.
real.
Yes, absolutely. And I like it that you all are putting this emphasis on leadership.
Yes, absolutely. Leadership that has become our mainstay, because our young people, they are the next generation of leaders. And so they
Absolutely.
have to understand that leadership goes beyond just bossing someone around. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
way bigger than that. And but we take it from the approach of, before you can lead anybody else, you
Mm-hmm.
first of all have to lead self.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's the founder. When we do our workshops, that's the basis that we utilize, being able to lead self and overcoming
Absolutely.
obstacles, from
Yeah.
within. Because
Right.
if you can do that, then you can teach someone else.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it becomes a domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah. And it always starts at the top.
Yeah.
Leadership starts at the top. So, that's a beautiful thing. So let's talk about this book, The Heart of an Entrepreneur. You say it's like 20 years culminated of your in business, the ministry, life. And why The Heart of an Entrepreneur? What was the revelation that came to you when you started putting pen to paper for this project right here?
The revelation came to me that, in 20 years of ministry, there were three things that really stood out. There are three things that really became foundational for us. And that dealt with the heart. And in the book, I talk about, there are three things: compassion, integrity, and humility. You have got to have those three things working if you want to maintain and sustain a true entrepreneurial journey, and especially one that's going to bring God glory. Okay, because at the end of the day, it belongs to Him. But those are the three things that I've learned. That is compassion, integrity, and humility. Those are the three pieces of the heart that have to be in place. And so in my book, I go through, and I even include in here some illustrative pictures that show, throughout the years, the things that we've done in the community. But I also utilize Christ as an example, that he was the ultimate entrepreneur. He said, "Do you know that I must be about my Father's business?" Which tells me he was a businessman. And so as I pulled a couple of things from his minute, from him, and incorporated them into my own life, that's how I birthed this particular book here, The Heart of an Entrepreneur: A Journey Through Time. And it's just to encourage the individual who's in ministry. Make sure you have those three components working for you.
Right. So who's your ideal reader for The Heart of an Entrepreneur?
Well, it's an easy read. And so the target audience, of course, youth and young adults, because you have a lot of young people who are aspiring to become entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
But I encourage them in that aspiration. Okay. Yeah, you want to make money. Absolutely. But your heart needs to be in the right place. Because when your heart is in the right place, and I speak from experience, things will fall into place. And I talk about that in here. But then also, not only the youth and young adults, but the adults in general, adults who are interested in entrepreneurship, or maybe they are already in entrepreneurship, but they hit a snag, and they're like, well, if they're trying to rebound, check the heart. Compassion, integrity, humility. If those three pieces are in place, you can make it happen.
And I like those three those three topics, because you could have taken it, you could have chose something else. But being that, is there anything in particular in your life that you had to learn with those principles?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because for me, I learned ministry through mentorship, and being mentored by my former pastor, and going behind the scenes and looking at how the church runs on a daily basis. I had to learn humility. I had to learn integrity. You do what's right when no one else is around.
Right.
Humility is not all about me. It's about God. And compassion. Having a compassionate heart to serve and to motivate others. And really, for me, because I was raised in a single parent home, I could have taken that and went in the wrong direction, but I didn't. And so with this, I'm looking at it through the lens of an individual who was raised in a single parent home, that something good can happen in your life. And so it's very personal, very, very personal to me, that those three pieces stick out. And that has what has enabled me to be successful, not only in ministry, but also in my marriage, in being a father. Compassion, integrity, humility.
Yeah, because those are some things that just translate over to living a good life, living
Yeah.
a fulfilled life.
Yes.
Because I don't know, it's something about, if you lack compassion for humanity, then it just doesn't breed a good life. It just doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And I find that in today's society, that's the one thing that we're lacking a lot of, compassion.
Yeah.
Like we've gotten away from that. I know I grew up at a time where neighbors knew one another. We had alleys, and you actually knew the people behind you. And then we gotten so isolated. And then I think in COVID, it kind of pushed us even further away from each other. So how can give us a tip on how we can incorporate what we seem to have lost?
Well, I'll utilize one word. Keep it simple. Simplicity. I think that when we look for the simplicity of things in life, it clears the airways for God to speak to us, And in the and I'm being real. In this hour, we need to be sensitive to be able to hear what is God saying. What does He want to do with your life? And I think that if you keep things simple, and again, humility, integrity, compassion, let those three things be your compass, then you'll find your way getting back to those grassroots, those compassionate intentions or motives to help, to help your fellow brother, your fellow sister out. Simplicity.
Simplicity. And isn't life that just that easy to just keep everything simple? But we always try to complicate it sometimes in different areas. It's just crazy like that. So let me ask you this question. Now, what's next? The Heart of an Entrepreneur. I think I heard you said that you're working on another book as we speak. Did I hear that?
Well, I had written Spirituality and Sexuality, a Godly Perspective. I had written this one back in 2018. And so really this year, we're really focusing in on getting the workshops, the virtual workshops. Getting those virtual workshops out there, because we offer them each month. Each month we offer them through Zoom and Facebook. So just really getting that brand out there and keep building the momentum. That's really what we're focusing in on. And then the last and third initiative that we're focusing in on is the pro-life initiative. Because abortion, it is killing our Black community.
That's good. Oh, you said it. Wait a
It is.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Pastor. Don't start me to running around here because you know that's what they was trying to do. Now, see, I'm trying to stay calm. If y'all notice, I was just trying to like be calm. Now you didn't hit a hot button. Don't be hitting my hot buttons. You know, let me just say this. Intentionally, it's an attack against the Black race.
Yes.
And if they could trick us into believing that we need to abort our children and not grow our families, then they got us right where they want. And we need to turn that thing around. So thank you. And I was going to say this before you even told me that was your initiative. I was already going to say to you, I would like for you and your wife to keep us in the loop of things, like send us over the information so we can help, like spread the word when you have the workshops going on. Just, feel free to post it or just like, send me an email or send me a message through Facebook or whatever. It's easier to send me a message through the email because sometimes, I don't pay attention to that. But
right.
I really want to make sure that we do our part in helping you reach those people, especially virtual. We don't have any excuses. It's not like you have to go anywhere. Right. You just need to spread the word out and mark the date and keep your calendar open and just tell somebody. So, thank you. It's about to make me, jump up and down here, but I'm going to be calm. Yeah.
Well, let me just throw this in there real quick. if they visit our website, simplykelvin.com, if they visit our website, there's a pro-life page on our website. Check out that pro-life page. I've got a series of messages that are geared towards pro-life. I think you might like it.
I know I will, and I'm definitely going to check it out. Can I share it from their website? Is it like a YouTube or something? Okay.
Sure, absolutely. And there's tons of material on there. If you go to our blog, there's tons of material on there where if you see something there you know that you like and you want to share it, by all means, share it. Get that word out there. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
definitely going to do that because that's what this is all about. See, we're building a community. This is like the beginning of our rebirth of just really bringing together what we need, and we all have special contributions that we can make towards making us better. I'm sitting in my seat as a communicator, as a broadcaster, but I know that, like I'm the bridge to a lot of things. I have several other outlets and we all need this information. This is the information that we definitely can benefit from. So I appreciate you. Now, I've always asked my authors this in closing. What is the one thing that, or what is some advice that you can give real quickly to somebody that may be sitting on the fence of birthing their book? What is something that you could tell them that will push them off into getting it done?
One question that I would present is, what are you waiting for?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What are you waiting for? And keep it simple.
Keep it simple. And what's the one power word, Pastor, that you will leave us with tonight?
Simplicity.
It's all the same, right? It's simplicity. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just want to thank you so much for this time together. You're welcome to come back, and I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on you guys because I really love what you're doing. And if I'm in that North Carolina area, I want to pop in. I don't know where Wendell is, but I'll find it. And even coming here to Georgia, and possibly setting up one of those big tents, we would love to have you here as well. So I just really appreciate everything you're doing. Any last words you want to leave us with?
Well, Sister Wanda, I appreciate everything that you're doing in the marketplace. And I just continue to pray that God will continue to bless you and your vineyard as you continue to help others accomplish their goal in the earth realm. So thank you so much. It has been a pleasure chatting with you on tonight.
Okay, we froze. Soon as can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. I can hear you.
Okay, because we all froze. My system froze. So I missed that. I missed that blessing. I think you was giving me a good blessing.
Yes, I was saying blessings to you for all that you do in the marketplace, and I just pray that the hand of the Lord will continue to be upon you as you continue to help other individuals get their project, get their assignment, as you help them to get their assignment out there into the marketplace. Blessings to you. I thoroughly enjoyed tonight.
Well, thank you so much. And I definitely accept that. And peace, blessing, and light to you and your family. And the same thing back to you. Keep doing the hard work because somebody got to do it. And you keep it simple.
That's it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Yes. So everybody, yes, please put down some comments in there in the chat box. If this was good stuff, say good stuff. And we are just getting started. So what I'm going to do is just bring on our other guest, and then after she comes on, we're going to take a quick break. But let's see if Miss Brenda is ready. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Hey, how are you
She's
doing?
ready.
I am ready, and I'm here in my home in San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, we got San Antonio, Texas in the house. Thank you so
That's
much.
right.
Thank you so much, Queen, for coming in tonight. It's good to have you. What time? Are we in the same time zone? Eastern Standard Time?
No, I'm Central Standard Time.
So you're an hour behind me?
Yes.
You see, okay, so it's 6:30 there. Mm-hmm. Great. So how you been?
I've been good. I've been writing. I've been thinking a lot, and I'm just ready to bring in all my visions forward.
That is beautiful. Have you been painting as well? I've seen some of your beautiful artwork.
I have been painting, and I also draw digitally. So I've been drawing a lot more than painting, though. And
really,
I just have a blast doing it.
Yeah,
I love it.
So much fun.
It's so relaxing, and I just get so many visions coming to me when I draw. Even at night, once I close my eyes, so many ideas start popping into my mind.
That is beautiful. Well, you know what? I'm going to move out of the way so you can introduce yourself. Then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more about we're gonna talk about the lesson in me. We're gonna talk about that book and just more about everything else and I have to have a conversation with you afterwards because I want to know about this whole digital art thing.
Okay,
that's what I want to know. We'll talk about that later, though. I'm gonna move out the way, and you introduce yourself to our people.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. I'm Brenda Flores Robles. Yes, I have two last names. One, my birth name, because I always want to keep my originality, and I have my husband's name, Robles. I am an artist in San Antonio, Texas. I paint with acrylic. And I also do digital art. Art is my passion. I also write. I write a lot. Anything that comes to my mind, I write it down. I think it's God-given, God-sent. And I also have written 2 books. Set Yourself Free, which is a book about my life experiences throughout my life, and the ABCs of hospitality is when I used to work in restaurants and customer service, and I give insights and tips on how to become better at serving the community. I also, during the pandemic, I also got the idea of writing my own book collaboration because I've been asked to do book collaborations during the pandemic. And I said, well, why not me? Why don't I create my own book collaboration? And here I am, and it's called The Lesson in Me, and I'm looking forward to share it with all the world. It's a lot of wonderful writers, directors, so many people from many different backgrounds sharing their life experiences. And I really think that everyone could and will benefit from this book.
I love it. So you so in San Antonio, Texas, is that where you're from?
Yes. Well, I was born in Laredo, but I was raised here in San Antonio since I was 5.
Okay. So you're used to being in that hot country.
Yes, and it's really hot right now. It's really, really hot outside right now.
Yes, it is. And you said, now how long have you been painting? For a long
Since
time?
2008.
Okay.
But recently was digital. This
Okay.
past year, digital.
Digital.
And
Okay.
I do so well in digital.
You do.
Yeah.
I've seen your beautiful artwork. So if you all go over to visit her Facebook page, you'll check out some of her work and all of that. And you said now, as far as your writing this book, the lesson in me, what inspired that book, Brenda?
Yes, during the pandemic, I was reading a lot of books. I love to read. I love information. I just love words. And I just like words to just shoot me in the heart. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to inspire me. I want them to pull me apart. Like, I just love books, and I love books from different genres. I love reading books, romance. I love reading books, divorce. I love reading books, single. I love reading books, all kinds of books. And I just think that it's great because you're reading all kinds of books. You're getting to see what people have experienced, and you're understanding where they're coming from. So so just because you have grown up one way doesn't mean you shut up everybody else's experiences, you know. And that's how during the pandemic, that's how I became. I said, you know what, during the pandemic, I also read a book called The Latina Empowerment. And it was a book collaboration. That was my first book collaboration I've ever read. And I was so inspired because this Latina Empowerment book was about all these women, and they were business owners, and they were successful business owners. And they wrote about how they got to be successful. So I really enjoyed the wisdom and what they've been through. That's how and how they got to where they were. So during that time in the pandemic, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, this is such a great inspiration. This book collaboration, I want to be in one, but I don't know anybody. You know, and then 2 weeks later, it was the Black Lives Matter movement. And during that time, it said support Black businesses, right? So I was looking through my page and scrolling down my feed, and then I messaged 2 successful women, right? And on one of them, I purchased her book, and then another woman, I purchased a T-shirt and some motivational items. So a couple of days later, Janelle Harris, which is the CEO of She Exists, she messaged me and she says, well, thank you. And then she also mentioned that if I would like to be part of a book collaboration. I was like, no way. Like how can this be? I was just thinking about wanting to be in a book collaboration. And I was thinking of how inspired I was of the Latina Empowerment book collaboration. I was like, wow. I say, you know what? This is a manifestation. You know, like this was beyond, it was so dreamy, right? So at first I didn't say yes because I was like, me?
You was doubting yourself.
Right? I was doubting me. I was like, me? Man, I'm going to be a published author. Like, I've written before, but I didn't really but just very little poems here, poems there. But I really didn't really didn't think I had it in me, right? So I would just write it and just put it away, or tell someone, but in a closed door with nobody around, or like
so
little
you had
things
to come
like
on
that,
out of
you know
your
what I mean?
shell.
Right. So I was like, no, this can't be. And I said, just go ahead and do it. Right. So I told Janelle, all right, Sign me up. And I was so scared. I was like, oh my God. Right. I excited, nervous, and scared at the same time.
And you still
right?
did it.
And I still did it. And I was like, wow, you know what? This ain't that bad. Because
See there?
In our minds, we create all these big pictures of what it could be.
Right.
But it's not what it will be. You know what?
And so
what
then
it is.
It seemed it what you had blew up and was thinking was going to be difficult, it wasn't as difficult. Now, when you decided to do the lesson in me, and that's a collaboration that you're in charge of, correct?
Yes.
And then how many co-authors do you have on your project?
More than 18.
Okay.
They're sharing their lessons, and also I've gotten other writers to just write a quote.
Okay, awesome. Now, is that released yet?
Not yet. It's coming out this month.
This month.
But I would announce it once we have it ready.
Well, you definitely have to come back and when it's out, and bring some of your other co-authors on and celebrate. Let's celebrate that. Was that, I mean, you were part of a collaboration. This time you ran the collaboration.
Yes.
What were some of the lessons that you learned from running or spearheading this collaboration?
That it's not just say it. You're just saying it and putting it together. You're also, hey, you know what? There's deadlines, and there's gonna be money involved, and you think that it's easy, but it's not. There's so much that goes in it that you're like, oh my God. Like you think, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna write it and we're gonna put it out during this month. But it's not like that. It takes time. It takes put it together, contacting the co-authors, making sure it's correct, making sure it's edited, making sure it's formatted, making sure it has everybody's information correctly in it, making sure that everyone is happy.
Good luck with that one.
But I mean, what I really loved about this book collaboration, that it's my first one, and I've learned so much about myself because my lesson is on being a caregiver to my husband, because my husband has cancer and is on dialysis. Okay. So it talks about how my life changed, not only his life changed, but how my life changed as a caregiver, and what I saw and what I experienced being a caregiver, and who it maybe become, so everyone is sharing their lessons. I'm sharing it as a caregiver. Other people are sharing their own
that's beautiful
lesson. And I just really do believe that this book is powerful, and it's going to make you cry.
Powerful. I'm almost about to cry now. The one thing I realized is that, I mean, you're speaking, and I hope everybody is catching this. First, she was a part of a collaboration. When you're a part of a collaboration, you still really don't know all of the moving parts of a collaboration until you are the spearhead, till you spearhead a collaboration. Then it puts you in a whole nother different light. So you were able to learn how to be both. You work kind of like both sides of the fence. So do you think you'll be spearheading another collaboration?
Yes, and I'll do it much better.
Okay, right.
Like I learned. Yes, I would learn, and I would like to. The title would be "The Stupid Things I Did for Love," and I want everybody sharing the most ridiculous stuff they did, the most raunchy.
Have you already secured that title? Not that titles matter, because if you go on Amazon, you'll see the same title of like 10 different books, because they don't allow.
Yeah. I didn't look on that title, but I would look, and
it doesn't matter, because it's yours.
And if it does have someone already doing it, I don't like taking somebody's idea, or somebody whoever put it out there first. I like them to have it. I don't like to say, you know what, I'm going to take that title. No, I
No,
come up with a different title.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is, in the
Mhm.
world of literature, you
Mhm.
have a lot of multiple titles in the same
Yes.
titles, because
Yes.
they do not restrict that, because even lessons the lesson in me, you'll see that in other books.
Mhm.
I Am Enough, there's about 12 books that I
Okay.
know, so no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that is a beautiful title, because I could really see those funny stories coming
Uh-huh.
in with the things that I did for love, because
Even me, I'm going to be telling my raunchy
yeah, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
I just think when people share their story, um, and anything, you bring on healing, you bring on maturity and growth, and
Absolutely.
you get to learn that, hey, you know what, I've been through a lot, but you know what, there's no more playing victim, no more playing the blame game, no more
Mm-hmm.
complaining. It was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. And you know what? My life is so much better because God puts you through many different trials, but He also makes you better.
Mm-hmm.
Every
The
year He
lessons.
makes you better.
Yes, yes. That is beautiful. What is the some of the things that you can share with us that's coming up, like after this book comes out, or what's your you already said that you're going to be working on your next collaboration,
Yes.
and what are some of the things that you learned from doing this first collaboration that you will not do in the next collaboration?
Oh, just since I didn't have a date set, I just let people just turn in the story
So you'll set
whenever.
guidelines.
Yeah, I'll set guidelines, and I would also have a meeting up front with everybody who said yes, and then just get them to introduce themselves first and see if they vibe with each other, and just do something different
You
this
just
time
do it
around.
different. Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
But
Well,
all with good intentions,
all with good intentions.
and a good vision, and all to serve humanity.
Absolutely. I couldn't even see you doing it any other way besides good intentions, because you're just a beautiful person anyway. You walk in such grace and excellence to from the time that I've met you, you've always, that light of yours has always just shined through, and it
Thank you.
shows in your art, and it shows in everything else. And the fact that, you're caring for your husband, and just loving on the community. So, that's just a natural process. What would you say to our viewers, someone that's watching that may be a little apprehensive about, getting started on their literature journey? What would you say? What kind of words of encouragement could you give them?
I would say when you have an idea or something in mind, just write it and push forward with that idea, because God gave it to you and He wants to change your life. He he,
Mm.
he wants to push you to another level. He wants you to upgrade.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff there. And as far as your power word, what would be your power word? What
Jump
word?
in, jump
Jump
in.
in, jump
Yeah,
in.
because you got to jump in for things to move. And nothing's gonna change in your life if you just stay at home and do
That's
nothing.
right. That's right.
Nothing.
That's right. Is there anything else you want to leave our viewers with? I like Lisa said he wants to upgrade us. Yes, Lisa. Um, is there anything else that you want to leave our viewers with tonight?
Yes, God bless you all. May you continue to be happy and just keep pushing forward, no matter um, what what experiences you may have. Just keep pushing forward, because you'll make it through it all.
Make it through it all. Queen, I have really enjoyed you being here with us tonight. Thank you so much. I can't wait to for the book to come out, the lessons in me to come out. Definitely when you're ready, when that's released, let me know so we can support you. I want to also thank you again for supporting me in purchasing my books and and being a part of our book fair here, because you have just added such a special touch to it. and
It's all about support.
and keep painting and keep writing and keep being as wonderful as you are. I love you for that.
Oh, I love you too, Wanda. It's all about support. Without support, people would be missing out on so much that this world has to offer, and so many messages that people need to hear to be healed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much and have a great night.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you for having me.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. So, are you all being just favored and blessed tonight? This is just a great opportunity to connect, and make sure that you connect with Brenda, because she is truly beautiful inside and out. She is phenomenal. Go to her page, look at her, what she's doing, follow her, stalk her if you want to. Visit her when you go out to Texas. It's just a beautiful thing. So what I'm gonna do is just take a quick little, I need you to grab me some water right quick, and I want you to check this out, and I will be right back.
You gotta take time out to focus on you. Don't take on any tasks that don't belong to you. It's a perfect day to make a change. Gotta put the brakes on anything that get in your way. No time to second guess. You gotta put your trust in God and walk by faith. It's time to change your life. Know what you want and apply. Go far beyond than just try. Goodbye to yesterday. Today is the day to claim your destiny. Just clap your hands if you understand. Just clap your hands if you understand.
Well, I'll be just like this. Don't that some music just make you want to like dun 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 dun. I saw you back there, Joyce. You was getting it with me. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Well, guess what time it is? It's time to bring King Eric up to the building. Yay! In the crowd. What happened? He just disappeared. I said that. I must have scared him off. Come on back, Eric. Come on back. Are y'all having a great time? If y'all having a great time, put a 1 down in the comment. I tell you, these authors are amazing. It's all about the authors. It's all about your literature, your legacy. You know, we have collaborators. We have people that's doing collaborations. We have people that's, you know, doing things with their literature in the community. We have people that's writing love stories. We have people that's writing sci-fis, children's books. I think we have let's see. Yep. Kia's here. She's doing children's books, and it's just wonderful. So let me see. Hold on. Computer trying to. I tell you. There you go. You ran away, Eric. Oh, we got some problems. You
I'm having troubles now as we speak.
What happened? Say that again.
I'm in troubles right now as we speak. I'm not sure if it's my connection or what.
Yeah, because
can you hear me?
It's sketchy. Chop. Okay, try it. Say something now.
Can you hear me? Hello?
It's choppy. It's bad. Let's see. Technology. Why don't you try?
I got a different router I could try.
Okay. You want to try that. So in the meantime, I would skip over him, but I don't want to do that. We'll just wait. We're patient. You know,
hello?
We're patient. Yep.
Okay. Hopefully this is it.
Okay. It sounds better, right? Okay. What's up, Eric? How are you tonight?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How you doing?
You know I'm on fire. You don't even have to ask. You see this steam coming off of me. I'm just over here having a ball. You know, these 4 days have been amazing. If someone would have told me what to expect, I would not have believed them. Because I came in here with high expectations, but had no idea that I was going to receive such a dynamic blessing. You know, these
Amen.
4 days have been extra fruitful, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for everybody. I'm excited for everybody's literature and everybody's movement, what they're doing in the world, what they're doing for the world, what they're doing, you know, for their community, for their family. You know, it's just a wonderful time when you get around a group of people that have completed a project, their projects are helping other people. You know, it's just a beautiful thing.
True.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move out of the way so you can introduce yourself, so you can tell people about this book that we're going to be talking about tonight. And I want to say welcome back. I feel like, you know, this is your second time being back. So now you're family, Eric. You can't get rid of me, and I don't want to get rid of you.
Cool. That works. No problem.
That works.
Yes, sure does.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move out of the way so you can introduce yourself, and then we're going to come back and talk about this beautiful book that you've written.
All right. Thank you. Yes, my name is Eric Williams. I'm originally from North Carolina. Right now, I presently live in Sherman, Texas. I'm a veteran of the United States military. I served 5 years as a military policeman. I moved to Texas after I met, she was my fiance at the time, but she's from here. So I met her and we moved to Texas. And for the last 26 years, I guess you could say I'm a Texan. I work in juvenile corrections for 20 years. And that's what inspired me to write my book, You Never Said Goodbye. I have a second book also that's part of, I guess you could say, trilogy called The Last Time. But tonight I'm here to talk about You Never Said Goodbye. So let's do it.
Let's do it. So Eric, I don't know if I asked you before. Do you have children?
Yes, I have three grown sons.
Okay. Three sons. You know, they made a movie or had a program called My Three Sons, I think.
Right, maybe a little before my time.
But you gets the gist of it. You gets the gist.
Right.
Yes. So how has your experience been as a writer? Did anything different happening for you now?
Actually, I haven't actually. Well, I've actually published 2 books within the last year, but far as like me writing, I'm still new to this, so I'm still just in a, I guess, growth stage, still learning the process.
And you know what the funny thing about that is, we never get through learning the process because there's always more to do or more that we want to learn or a different way to do it. What would you say has been your biggest struggle in writing so far?
Well, actually, the biggest struggle probably was originally, finding the time, because between work, job, I already said job, work, life at the time, kids, kind of, just finding the time, to do it, to make it happen. But once, to be honest with you, once COVID happened, I was able to complete the book during the COVID shutdown. So I probably wrote about 60 to 7% of my book during the COVID shutdown. So, and then that process, after I wrote it, I was able to get it edited and published. So, I guess COVID was a blessing in in a certain aspect of it. I know maybe not for the world itself, but for my particular case, it definitely gave me a chance. Yes.
Were you an avid reader prior to that?
Not too much. I used to read a lot when I was younger, as a young boy growing up in North Carolina. But as I gotten older, between sports, girls, just out in the world living, I kind of drifted away from it. But as I worked, what inspired me was actually I worked in juvenile corrections for 20 years, and I was an instructor at a program called GREAT. It's an acronym, stands for Gang Resistant Education and Training. And I was trying to come up with a program to to talk about, I guess, anti-gang. And I actually wrote a 5-page skit that was a kind of an anti-gang skit that I actually never got a chance to perform the skit because some people, the higher ups, thought it was too street, too I guess, violent. But I was trying to be real. I was trying to, have it relate to what's happening out here in the world. But some other, people in the program, in the juvenile program, did not, didn't see it that way. But anyhow, even though I didn't get a chance to perform it, I gave to some of the kids out there in the program to look over and read, and they told me they thought it was really good. They thought it was good. They related to it, and that inspired me to like, well, you know what? Maybe I can write a book about this. Maybe I can, expand on this.
Right.
So from there, after I, wrote that, after the kids inspired me, I just kind of sat down and just started writing one day at a time.
Do you think they will allow you, now that you've written the book, to go back in there with some programs? Like outside, do the juvenile justice system take in outside, support for education?
Possibly. Like, I retired from there in 2018, so I'm no longer part of the juvenile justice there. But like I said, I wrote two books, so it is possible. I haven't reached out to them yet about it. Actually, I've been just marketing on my own. But you kind of put the bug in my head. Maybe I do need to reach out to them and see if they will, be willing to.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know. I just, that just gnaws at me, because in that system we're missing like great positive men, role models, and kind of showing. I shouldn't say we're missing them, but to turn our youth around. This could possibly be, the fact that you've been there, you served, you were in the military, now you're writing, and just to tell them like realistically how your journey was, how even from what you share with me, from being a reader and then kind of like getting caught up with, not in the world so much, but just in the day-to-day life, liking girls and doing stuff like that. And sometimes our youth, they just need a little extra positivity to make better choices, and I just feel like it's such a blessing when people have access. I know with you being in the military or in that correctional field for 20 years, I'm sure you still have contacts and, you know, can figure out a way how to go in there and make a impact. Well, tell us about you never said goodbye.
You never say goodbye. Actually,
Tell us
here's a
about
cover
that.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it tells a story of, well, story starts off with the name is Jordan Sky. He's a 16-year-old typical teenage kid. He gets incarcerated. I addressed that in another book. He gets incarcerated in a juvenile boot camp. But the night he gets the day he graduates from the program, his family's happy. They're gonna have a welcome home party. Everybody's happy. He goes to see his girlfriend, and he gets murdered in front of his younger brother. He has a conflict with his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, and he ends up getting shot in front of his younger brother, KJ. Now, You Never Said Goodbye takes off from the emotional state of KJ seeing his his older brother get murdered in front of him, and his need for revenge, revenge on his heart, him wanting to, get vengeance back on the dude who killed his brother. It also talks about forgiveness. I mean, their mom, Vicky, is just deeply concerned about the fact that I already lost one brother to violence, and the way you're acting, the way you're doing things, the same thing might happen to you. And it just addresses her emotional state about far as just being worried about, I lost one son, now it's a possibility I might end up losing a second son. And there's no worse feeling as a parent, I'm sure you can relate to this, of having to bury your kid.
Absolutely.
That's one of the worst feelings in the world, having to bury your son. It's not supposed to be that way. The kids are supposed to bury their parents. And so it just addresses the fact of it touches on a lot of things between KJ wanting revenge and Vicky just worried about KJ and his going down that same path. It also talks about her personal just drama, just dealing with Jordan's death. I mean, Jordan had just got released from this program, and she was believing that everything, he
could rebuild his life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was just snatched away before had a chance. And it just crushed her. To see that her oldest son, got taken away before he had a chance, to rebuild his life.
Yeah.
So it addresses that issue also, with just her emotional trauma that she's dealing with.
That's deep. That's deep and so powerful and so relevant to what we fear in today's time. Yes.
And like I said, actually, this right here is the book that we talk about tonight. But this is the sequel, I guess you could say. The Last Time is the prequel. This is the one that tells the story about Jordan, the one who got killed. I hate to give it away, give the plot away, but
don't give it away.
I'm not giving it all away.
Don't give it all away. But you know what? Your comments are coming in as it's powerful. It's very deep. So already what you shared was, enough to. I'm curious, but carry on, Eric. What else you want to tell us about the book? Is there also going to be a third part to that?
Oh, definitely, because the Last Time did not, there's some loose ends that need to be addressed for the final book, and I haven't actually started writing yet. I'm still formulating out the plot in my head, but I do have an idea where I want to go with it and how I do want to close it out. It's just the fact that now I'm just going ahead and sitting down and making it happen. But yes, this will close it out. I already have a title in my mind about, for the third book. I'm not going to give it away yet, but yes, there will be a third book for sure.
That's beautiful. What was some of the things you learned? And I know you talked about, being, now you have the discipline and the time. And I remember before you share with like how you have, the discipline yourself to make sure that you write. But what are some of the other things that you learned during this writing process, being that you're a new author? How easy was it for you to like choose your book cover and what was some of those processes like?
Well, choosing a book cover was kind of the actual book cover was not my actual ideal I had in my mind for the most part. But the graphic artist did a good job we kind of met in the middle, so to speak. So I'm definitely proud of the book covers, both book covers. I especially like the Last Time book cover here, because I even, I don't mind showing it off. I even made a T-shirt representing it. So just
Mm-hmm.
just a little more advertisement for the book here.
Right.
So I'm definitely, proud of that. And I realize writing these books is kind of like therapy. It takes you away from your everyday, problems and worlds of what's going on in your everyday world. And for them, hour, 2 hours, what it is, you spend time writing, you're in your own little world, just, the world that you create. It's like a therapy thing that I realize that I do truly enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to continue writing. I actually plan on writing a few more stories outside of this line of books here.
Mm-hmm. What are
So,
some of the other type of stories you want to write?
well, I want to get away from juvenile justice for the most part. I mean, I do know
Okay.
that from the 20 years experience, but I do have I have an ideal for a book that may be controversial in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should. Well,
That's
you know what?
good. Controversy is good.
It just talks about what's happening in the world today, as far as mass murderers. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of want to tell a story about a mass murderer who, I guess you could say, faces his consequences. I mean, reap what he sows, so to speak. I'm still kind of working out the plot details in my head, but as we know, mass murdering is quite prevalent here in America, and I'm not sure if I've seen any book to actually address it. And I kind
Okay.
of was thinking of my idea ahead, a story that I can kind of, address it.
That's
So,
exciting. That's
like I said,
exciting.
it may be it's probably gonna be a story that may rub some people the wrong way,
That's
but in the
okay.
end, right? Exactly. You can't please everybody. I'm
You
not
cannot.
interested. You cannot please everybody. I think this is still a story that a lot of people will be able to relate to. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't please everybody. Now, I'm ready. I want to go ahead and finish this third book and get this done, and then maybe get started on it. I haven't came up with a title. I'm not even sure totally where I want to go with it. I just got some ideas. I'm still trying to formulate in my head with it. But I do think it's a story. I think it's a story in there that can be told about the way mass murdering is happening in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that can be, addressed concerning it, because it is out of control and something needs to be done.
Yeah, and that's what literature does. To me, literature is like journalism. Good journalism exposes the truth. And
Amen.
what you can write about is what is important to you. Whereas somebody maybe, they want to write about, a love story or something, like that's where their interests are. And this is where, I was on the show before. I was on the show one other time, and I was asked a question of, did I think that the industry was saturated? And I said, absolutely not, because everyone has a story, and I don't mean like their story, but they have a burning desire to express themselves about whatever they're concerned about. And by you saying, okay, I want to shine some light on this situation, no, it's not going to be popular, and everybody, some people don't think it's a great idea, but it's your ideal. And that's one thing about being in the space of literature. You have to go with your ideals, wrong, right, or indifferent. You just have to say, you know what, this is what was on my mind, and I'm going for it, because there's always a market for it.
True.
You look for that market, and there you go. You have your reader. And like you said, it's for you. So maybe it's going to allow you to do some soul searching as well. So any of these books, have you thought about beyond the book? Or do you have any ideas of like turning them into drama series or full film or anything of that nature? Had you thought about that as well?
Well, like I stated earlier, this is a whole new field for me that I'm still just kind of learning as I go. So I would love, if someone approached me or, hit me up at, well, you know what? My email right here, if you want to actually, is evwill. evwill64 at yahoo.com. If anybody has any kind of screenwriting abilities or any contact with any screenwriter, I definitely would, am open to the idea.
I have some people I want you to get in touch with. It's so funny, Eric. I'm just drawn to you in general, just because of what you did and your whole experiences. And yes, I know some people that can help you in that area if you're interested. That
For sure.
Will help you put that book into a screenplay type of writing, because it's a different type of writing you do. It's just a conversion, and and it's fascinating. I'm fascinated through the process of production, but don't call me on set, because that is something that I don't want to be bothered with.
Right.
I've been in a movie, and I tell you, I had an easy job. They called me when it was my time, and I did it, and I left.
So, what movie were you in?
Faceless Shadows. It was a movie talking about domestic violence, and it's on. Actually, you can see it on YouTube. The producer and the writer of that movie is Shawnee Sanders, and she's a good friend of mine, and we work on a lot of projects together. So, and her story was that her original book was she turned it into a stage play, and then went and turned it into a movie. But the flip side of the villain was turned into the movie. And right now, it's some other stuff going on with that whole project. So, definitely have the resources for you. We have production teams and, everything else that could help you with that journey of transforming, I should say, those books into series, because the content is king and everybody wants content. Netflix wants content, Apple TV wants content. Everybody is looking for content. So that's why it's such a blessing for people like yourself to be creative with these stories, with the characters and
Right.
things of that nature. So it's just beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. So what else do you want to share with our audience before we take off?
Just thank you for give me the time. I mean, like I say, I'm still new with this. I'm still learning as I go, and just if you want a good story, what anybody can relate to. I said the book is You Never Say Goodbye. This right here is actually the first book you should read is The Last Time. This sets up the You Never Say Goodbye. So they're both available on Amazon, and for that matter, you can hit me up on at EVWheel64. Email me, and I will send you a signed, personalized copy.
Absolutely,
with love.
With love. So,
Yes,
Eric,
love.
you want to leave our viewers? I know you gave them a power word the other day, but I know you're an author, so you have more than one power word.
True that. You know what? Based on the book here for You Never Said Goodbye, the power word is forgiveness.
Ooh, that's a good power word. I
mean, on the cover of You Never Say Goodbye, there's a quote that simply says, "There's strength in forgiveness." And in this book, You Never Say Goodbye, it just talks about KJ being able to let go, being able to forgive. I mean, 'cause vengeance will weigh you down. I mean, vengeance is a burden that will weigh you down if you let it. And some people in the world, in life, just have vengeance and hold a grudge forever. Something can happen to them 30 years ago, and they just can't seem to let go. And this book was trying to address that. Sometimes you have to just, let stuff go and just don't let it weigh you down. Don't let it stop you from, being great in life.
Yes.
And so my word, there's forgiveness. And I'm not going to say if KJ, comes to grips, totally accepts forgiveness or not. You have to read the book to find out. But it's definitely addressed in the book, and it will be addressed in the future books.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Eric. I want to extend my platform to you. We want to tell you that we really do appreciate you at the I Am Enough Talk Show family. And definitely we're going to be seeing more of each other, because I'm going to put you in contact with some people that could really help you, grow in those areas that you want to grow in with your literature. And I just appreciate you. Keep writing. I know you got that alarm clock set.
Amen.
You writing on time. So I really, really appreciate you. And I want you to have a very good night. And thank you for joining us during our first international summertime virtual book fair. And the crowd goes, wow. Okay, maybe that was too much.
I'm gonna look up your movie. You said Faceless Shadow, correct?
Faceless Shadows. You can find it on
Shadows.
YouTube.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna check it out there, and I'm gonna try to hit you back and let you know what I think. You said it's a cameo appearance.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there twice. Actually,
okay.
I'm in her memory because of my part. I'm the therapist, so I'm in her. I'm a doctor, so I'm in her memory. And yeah, you just go check it out. It's a little part. If you blink, you gonna miss me.
So you don't have a line. You don't have a line. You don't have a line or nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm talking.
Okay, well yeah, that's what
and I'm in her memory.
All right, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I got my stuff going on.
All right, you may be on your way.
Okay, then. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
All right, then. Thank you, Eric.
I truly thank you. Thank you so much for having me on your show here. I truly am grateful for it. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much. We appreciate having you. So we are rocking and rolling. Are y'all having fun? Y'all better have some fun now. I'm telling you, you better have some fun. I'm bringing up Kia. She's in the bag. She ain't ate up all the snacks. Kia, wipe your mouth now. I see a little strawberry juice hanging off of there. So just go on and wipe that. And Kia's gonna come up. She is our I think she's our children's author. I think so, right? Yeah. So we got some for everybody. We got some for everybody. So I'm happy. And y'all say, come on in, Kia. Come on in, Kia. Come on.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am fabulous. You look amazing.
Thank you.
I love those earrings. I'm an earring girl myself.
Yes, thank you.
Are you
jazz tonight?
Yes, a little like that. Because the crowd got to go wild.
That's right. Of course. That's right.
Stir up this energy. Keep it going. Keep it pumped up. I am going to slide over so you can introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna come back and get more into your business and figure out what's going on with you and what's going on with this beautiful book that I was just loving the title. Now it really sparked my attention, and let's see if we can get my system. I want to be able to do what I'm supposed to do when you take the stage.
Okay.
So coming to the stage is Kia.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Nakia, and I am the author of Mommy and Daddy Are Not Okay, or Not Together, and I Am Okay. Mommy and Daddy Are Not Together, and I Am Okay. I am a special education teacher here in Richmond, Virginia. I teach high school special ed, 9th through 12th grade, low to moderate disability. And this is actually my first book that I wrote and actually had published on last year. And I'm super excited to be able to talk to you a little bit about that tonight.
I'm coming back. I had to straighten out that tag there. I don't know how we did that. Okay, so I got it together. Mommy and Daddy Are Not Together, and I'm okay. Okay, so
yes.
Let me just do some little housekeeping quickly. So tell me, you go by Kia, right?
I do go by Kia.
Okay, so don't be trying to come back on here giving me your full government name and then telling me, call me Kia, and then you get on here and say, I'm the Kia. Like, pick a name.
Yes, my name is Nakia, but most people call me Kia. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need you to do that. Okay, so I'm so glad to have you tonight. Are you enjoying yourself so far?
I am. It's so great to be on, to actually hear all of these authors and talk about their story and their journey to writing, their book and how they were inspired. Some were inspired by life events, some were inspired by maybe people around them, but nevertheless, it's always good to hear how other authors have kind of come to their place and have gotten their books out there and gotten their books published. So
yeah, and it's so glad to have you. Like I said, we were blessed on this project to have such a variety of people, you know, variety of different, just different genres from fiction to non-fictional
Right.
to informational books to money management books, you know. So
Right.
I said we were just like in awe from this experience. Like I was saying to Eric, if someone would have told me what to expect, I would have been like, no. And it's just brought us so much more than I ever could imagine. You know, I'm always
Awesome.
anticipating the
Right.
best, you know, I'm always anticipating that, but it's just been mind blowing, you know,
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
so I want to just thank you for coming in here. So tell me, Kia, where are you from?
I am from Virginia. I was born overseas, Germany. My father was many, many moons ago in the Army and was raised in Virginia. And so that's where I
Okay,
am.
so that's where you are now, and
Yes.
you're a special person because you're a teacher, and
Yes, ma'am.
you're in the school system. So already you got, you know, angel wings on your back with that with that
Yes.
experience right there.
Yes.
And how long have you been teaching for?
I have been in the education field for about 4 years. 2 years I was an IA, which is an instructional assistant
Okay.
for children that have, or high school students that had severe autism.
Okay.
In the public school. And then from there, I kind of stepped out on faith and applied and got a full-time teaching job, again, teaching students that have moderate intellectual disabilities. Most of my students have are ID, which is their intellectual disability, and they also have like Down syndrome, some other kind of disabilities too as well. And this is actually my second year, so I'm ending my second year now.
Okay, beautiful. And I'm
Yeah.
sure it was different this year. Did you have to do the homeschooling or the virtual learning experience?
Absolutely, absolutely. It
Yeah.
was definitely different to say the least. I mean, my first year got cut short March of 2020 because COVID, you know, the world kind of shut down and school and everything shut down. And so
Mhm.
coming back this year, I have actually been teaching the entire time virtually. So all of my students, their parents have elected, they elected this year to have them stay home.
Okay.
And so you're talking about level 2, which is, you know, pretty significant disabilities. They are attending school and learning in a virtual platform. So it's been challenging. It's been interesting to say the least. But you know what? It's been very productive. And I believe that a lot of the parents were really just in awe of how well, you know, their children have done this year. Because, you know, you're talking about these disabilities. A lot of them are, you know, have the attention issues where every 2 minutes they're kind of all over the place. And so for
Right.
them to be able to come to school and spend the majority of their day in school and be online, it's really been it's been great. It's been a great year.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What attracted you into the education field to begin with?
So listen, this
I'm listening.
me becoming a teacher was a total God move. Okay.
Mhm.
So my mother, I come from a very long line of educators, principals, librarians, teachers, et cetera, et cetera. My mother was a special education teacher
Okay.
for over 20 years, and she passed away in 2006. And so when I was growing up, she was always like, "Oh, Nakia, you should be a teacher. I think it would be great. You would do awesome in it." And I was like, "No, girl, like that is not what I'm trying to do with my life." You know, I wanted to be a lawyer and be in corporate America and like on Forbes magazine. I mean, I had this whole plan. And went to school, kind of made some changes, got my undergrad in counseling and psychology. And I was like, I don't know if I really like this. So then I went to grad school and got a dual master's in human resources and public administration. And I mean, I was doing what I wanted to do, you know, living my life. And I was at that time doing more work in like the human resources field. So doing like recruiting and staffing, et cetera, et cetera. Became a mom. And after the birth of my youngest daughter, she was born with a congenital heart defect and had to have open heart surgery when she was 4 days old. And so my life completely, of course, changed because I had to become now this advocate for this baby that had all of these medical conditions. And, you know, I was her voice. I had to make sure that everything was being done right by the doctors and setting up appointments and getting her into physical therapy and into OT, and she was in feeding therapy. And so I just became an advocate for her. And so at that time, I was kind of in education, but I was more of like admissions into, at that time, it was like a trade school in Philadelphia. And, you know, God works everything out for his good. I ended up, after I came back for maternity leave, I was no longer kind of like employed. I think I had been gone too long. But of course, because all of these conditions and things, and my daughter had surgeries and came back, went into another type of field, and education just kind of dropped in my life. You know, at that time I was married, and unfortunately, you know, went through a divorce and came back home to Virginia. And when I came back home, I was like, okay, Lord, I have to have something. Of course, I got to work, but I need something that's going to be able to allow me to not have so much of the grind. You know,
the pressure.
When you work in corporate America,
you're
working all kind of crazy
the competition.
hours. Yes. And I couldn't do that because of my daughter's medical conditions. I needed something where it was kind of like a 8 to 3, 9 to 4 type situation. I could be off in the summertime. And it was just like, when I tell you this, it just kind of like dropped into my lap. I was looking for jobs in more of a corporate business setting. And it was, you know, the still small voice of God just whispered that education. And I literally did a phone interview. At that time, I was still out of town, did a phone interview and hired off of a phone interview, and kind of, as they say, the rest is history. Here I am in education.
Wow. So let's talk about this book. What drew you then to write about mommy and daddy are not together and I'm okay?
So, you know what? I think that a lot of times, you know, life happens. And we go through unfortunate situations, you know, married, go through a divorce, and it has a lot of times a negative connotation. There's a negative stigma to that, especially if you are a child that is being brought up in a single family household, especially in our African American community. You know, there's this kind of image that comes along with that. And for me, it was a conscious decision as a mother that my children are going to be children, and they are not going to, as much as it's possible within myself, they are not going to suffer because I had to make an adult decision. And I think sometimes as adults, you know, we make life-changing decisions, and how we react to those decisions, how we go through our process in those decisions can ultimately affect, you know, how our children turn out. You know, if they see you always complaining and being mad and upset, and, you know, you're just losing your cool all the time, then they kind of grow up thinking that that's how I should handle that's how I should handle situations. And so as a mother, it was very important for me that, listen, whatever decision I had to make as an adult, I am the adult. I made the decision. decision, but you're still going to be the child. And
Mhm.
you're going to grow up in a household that is filled with love and laughter, and you're not going to lack because I'm a single parent at this particular time. So
Yeah. So it was kind of like inspired by your own journey in life of being divorced, and now you have to be this and I don't even like the term like single mom, but now you are no longer married,
right.
and you're fulfilling the charge of taking care of your children. So do you want to share with us something in the book that our viewers would love to hear?
Sure. So it is an easy read. It's an easy read.
It's a
Um,
beautiful cover too. I love it.
Thank you. Shout out to my illustrator, Andre Sullivan. And I have to tell you, Wanda, that the book was totally God inspired. Like I had no thought to write a book at all.
Mhm.
Okay. I literally was at the dining room table, at the kitchen table, and my girls were doing what they do, and they're talking and laughing and joking with each other and just being children. And I was just sitting there watching them, be crazy.
Mhm.
And I could hear literally the words to this book. And so I jumped up from the table and I went and I wrote down what I was hearing. And when I finished writing, I mean, within a matter of, I would say maybe 20 minutes, I had all the words to this book written down.
Wow.
And when I went back to look at it, I was like, okay,
It fit.
this fits. And so I reached out to a family member and I said, hey, do you know anybody that's an illustrator? And my cousin, matter of fact, and he said, sure, so he hooked me up with Andre Sullivan. And I kind of told him, hey, this is my idea. And I sent him over kind of like the script. And I said to him, send me a mock, illustration. Tell me what you get, after reading what I wrote. And I did tell him my only stipulation, the only thing that I gave him is that I wanted my children, my two girls, I wanted them to be the prototype. Because again, like in the African American community, do we see a lot of books, about divorce and single parent household in a positive light,
Right.
with a positive spin? And so I wanted my girls to be kind of like the character. So I sent him pictures of the girls. And so he sent me back, illustrations. And I was like blown away. I was like, yes, that's it. It was almost like he was reading my mind and he put to picture what my words
what
said.
your words
Yeah,
were. He's a great illustrator.
Oh my gosh. So it's such an awesome collaboration. So we're talking about a first thought I had for this, where I wrote it down, was June of 2020. So I sent it over to him and he had the illustrations kind of done for me. I think it was like August or September of last year, 2020. And so I reached out to a very, very dear friend of mine, my big sister. Her name is Siobhan Sellers. She has her own publishing company, Prize Publishing. And I said, listen, sis, I got this idea for a book. And the rest was history. It actually came out in stores, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, Christmas Eve. So December 24th of 2020. So you're talking about a matter of 6 months that this idea, this God-inspired idea came, and here, this is what we have. So
Right.
I will read just 2 pages and you can kind of see the flow of the book. Mommy takes me shopping. Late night jokes on the phone with dad make me laugh. I am surrounded near and far by people who love me. If I tried, I could not tell you the half.
I love the illustration. Those some
Mommy
pretty
and
pictures.
Thank you. Mommy and daddy love me, and this I cannot lie. 2 pairs of arms to hug, 4 ears to listen, and 2 shoulders on which I can cry.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And you know what that speaks to me, Kia, is the fact that when kids, when parents, like you said it, when parents make the decision that they can't go on, that it doesn't mean that they stop loving the children. And the
Mhm.
children have to understand that they didn't lose anything,
Right.
that they didn't lose anything. So that just you sharing that little short snippet, that's what I picked up. Like, I didn't lose anything after my, when my parents, they're not together. Beautiful title, Mommy and Daddy
Mhm.
are not together and I'm okay. And
Mhm.
then for you to read those words, it's just like, this is what it's all about. We're not
Absolutely.
together, but you still have us. You still got these 4 arms to hug you, and
Right.
these 4 ears, and we're listening and we're talking and
Mhm.
we're loving and all of this. So it's just a beautiful thing. I want you to and you said you can get your book on Amazon.
Yes, it's available on Amazon, Books a Million, Barnes and Nobles, Target. Pretty
Just
much,
put,
if you
yeah,
Google it, it'll tell you everywhere that you can buy it. And I
right.
want to say to you, real quick, Wanda, that throughout the book, that kind of phrase is reiterated. That
Mhm.
mommy and daddy love me, and this I cannot lie. I have 2 pairs of arms to hug, 4 ears to listen. So throughout the book, it's talking about different things. You're doing this with your mom, you're doing this with your dad, but guess what? You still
They're
have
still
these
there.
2 people that love you. And at the end of the book, it's something really special that I included for moms and dads to read to their children, and it's affirmations to say to your
Mhm.
child. So you will defy the odds, you will rise above negativity, you can be anything you want to be, you are happy, healthy, and you are whole.
I
And
love that.
so after they read the book, for that mom or their dad that says, listen, I'm keeping it together for my kids, and I don't know what to say to them.
Mhm.
There's some affirmations in the
There's
back
it.
that you
There's it.
can say to them like you just said, to reassure them that, listen, mom and dad, they made a grown-up decision, but you're going to be okay. And the thing that I found out is that children are forgiving, they are fearless, and they are resilient. They are very
Absolutely.
resilient. We just, as adults, have to do the adult thing and provide for them a positive atmosphere.
Absolutely. I love what you have put together, and I really, really support you on this journey. I'm going to ask that you come back. We're putting a project together just for children's books.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
so I really would like for you to consider joining us in that crusade. And I was talking to one of the other authors, and we were talking about reading, like reading
Mhm.
more to our children,
Absolutely.
grandparents reading more, older children reading to little children, so we
Mhm.
can keep this crusade going. So for that, I really, really applaud you. What would you say to someone, and this is just a real quick question that I'm asking all our authors, what would you say to someone that's want to write something, maybe, just even in the space of writing children's books or anything else? What's some of the, what's like a little golden nugget you will leave them with in getting started and taking their dream off the shelf?
I would say that if you have the desire, if you have the passion, if you feel that tug to do that, to do it.
To
That
do it.
nothing in our life, Wanda, is wasted. God does not waste anything that happens in our lives, right? So
Absolutely.
even those things that we feel are bad situations, right? Going through a divorce, you don't go into marriage thinking about divorce, right? That's a bad situation. Anything that happened, maybe you weren't married to your child's father or mother. You just, were in a relationship, and then the relationship ended, and you have this gift from God. You have this child. Nothing in your life has been wasted, and it's all
Absolutely.
working together for good. It's all according to God's purpose and plan that He has for your life. So I would just encourage anyone who feels like, you know what, I have something to say. Guess what? There's someone that needs to hear what
What
you
you
have
have
to
to
say.
say.
I
And
wrote this
what will be your power word? What would be
faith.
your one power word?
I think my
Faith.
power would be faith. Just have faith. You know,
Just
you
have
you
faith.
never know who you're going to impact. And
Great.
sometimes we sit on things because we feel like, oh no, nobody's going to listen to me. But honestly, there's someone out there that needs what you have. And so
I
the
love
longer
it.
you sit on it, the longer that person is waiting
So
to
y'all write that
hear and see.
down. Y'all write that down. Have faith. That is Miss Nakia's power word, is to have faith. I really appreciate you coming on this
Thank you for this
evening.
opportunity. It's awesome.
Absolutely sharing with us. I'm going to pass on some more platforms for you to go and speak on,
Thank you.
because what you have is, you have some treasures. You
Yeah.
have some treasures, and they need to be shared. And I want to make sure that we get them in our community, because our children
Absolutely.
need
Yes.
this. So
Absolutely.
I
Thank
really
you. Thank you.
appreciate you. Yes.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was great. Awesome being on.
Thank you so much. And we have two other authors. We're running over, but that's okay, because we're not in charge. And Nakia, you more than welcome to hang around. And definitely keep coming back. We're going to be going all the way till Saturday, so it's going to be
Okay. Yes.
lots of good stuff coming. So I just want to say thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is this not some good stuff? I'm just sitting over here just in awe. Every time somebody talks, right? My business mind, my strategy mind gets to going, and I get to putting people in conferences and putting them in something else and doing something else with them. And that's just what I love, to hear people following their passion, following their dreams. So let's see what Miss Joyce is back here talking about, what she has going on. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Look, my head done just smacked me all in my face. Hello, hello, hello. How
Don't
are you,
you don't
beautiful?
don't you let it do it. Don't you let it
Listen,
do it.
listen, that thing was trying to take my eye. I'm like,
Oh, we not losing no eyes today, because you need them eyes to keep writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you need. So I want to first say thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for, for sharing the snacks back there in the green room, for,
Of course.
playing nicely. Thank you for all of that. And we're going to figure out what you have been up to with this beautiful book of yours, Out of My Pain Births the Joy Uniqueness. Is that right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
the birth of joy, uniqueness. Yes.
Is that right?
That's
Okay,
right.
okay, that's
That
right.
is so right.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to scoot over to the side so you can introduce yourself, and then we're gonna come back and kind of like dive more into who you are and get to know a little bit about what you have going on with this book.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Joyce Adams, and I am the daughter of the Most High. I'm a mother of three amazing children, and I am a grandmother. I am the founder of Joy Uniqueness Empowerment Industries, and I am an author, a motivational speaker, and a woman who is after the souls to be saved for the kingdom of God. I'm finished, woman of
Okay,
God.
I'm coming. I'm coming. You hit it so
Look, I was like, I'm finished. Look,
fast. I was
look,
like,
I'm looking
okay,
like,
I was trying to
listen,
put some stuff down here. You hit it too fast for me, but that's fine.
listen. I like
let
to
me keep
get straight to the point, just
let
like boom, boom, boom.
let me keep it moving, keep it pushing. Yes. So where are you, Miss Joyce? Where are you? What part of the
Okay,
world are you in?
I think that I should have shared that. I live in Virginia. I'm actually here in Herndon, Virginia, maybe about 30, 45 minutes out of Washington, D.C.
You know what? Now, this is something, because I tell you, a good percentage of our authors are from Virginia, that DC area. I don't know what y'all doing over there. Y'all must be writing a lot of books over there in that area.
Listen,
That is what's going on, because every time I ask somebody, they be like, "I'm from Virginia." What Virginia? You too? You from Virginia too? Okay, that's good.
yes,
So
ma'am.
so now what do you do in Virginia
So,
besides write beautiful books?
at this time, I'm still on my my 9 to 5 job. And
And what is
so
you could tell you don't have to, but you can because
no, no,
you
no,
know
no. It's
jobs
just
are good.
no, no,
Jobs
no. The
fund
job is
dreams.
no. Listen, listen. I appreciate where I work. I am a event planner. I deal with reservations. Trust me, I've been there for 16 years, but I know God is just calling me off of it. And so when
Okay,
people ask me, I just smile because it's like that chapter is
you
ending.
done you out the door.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I understand it's part of my testimony, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
ending.
Okay. Okay. Well, lots of lessons and lots of blessings behind it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, you said, and you did say you have children. You are also a grandmother,
Yes, ma'am.
and are you originally from Virginia?
Well, I was born in Washington, D.C., and I
Okay.
lived, I moved to Virginia when I had my son. So my son is 27, so I've been here for 27 years.
Got you. Got you.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's get into talking about this book, Out of My Pain, um, birth, birth of joy, uniqueness. That is such a interesting title.
Yes. So out of my pain, the birth of joy, uniqueness, right? It was birthed through the trauma that I had to go through as a little girl, and not just
Uh-oh.
and so all the pain that I had to deal with the child molestation, the rape, um, drinking at a young age, abortions, rejection, feelings from mommy and daddy issues, dealing with sister issues, being divorced. So all this pain that I was going through that was just breaking me down, right? And so at that time, I didn't understand why I was going through this pain. And I didn't
Mhm.
even understand that it was pain, if I can be honest with you, right? So I thought it was a part of that's who I was. So, I began to have these attitudes and I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff, right? And
Mhm.
so I was looking for love. And so I was dealing with a lot of men. And so it's this is all in the book. So it's so much. I'm just trying to just bring it all into like a little quick bow. And so I'm dealing with a lot of men being fornications, just you name it. I did it. I done it. And so in this book, the pain that I dealt with, it was so much pain and so much trauma to where I wanted to commit suicide, to where I did actually try to attempt it. But God said, no, you're not going nowhere because I should have been dead and gone because I took over 100 plus pills.
Oh
And so, but
wow.
God kept me. And so dealing with the fact of that mind thing, how the enemy, he was tormenting me. I didn't understand it at that time that I was being tormented by the enemy. I used to just think that something is just not right with me. Something is wrong with me. And the thing is, when I was molested as a child, I lost my voice because then, I got silent. It wouldn't speak up. And so it was like, how do you really communicate? How do I tell people anything?
Mhm.
And, even though my mom and my dad was there, they, how can I say it? So they were there, but I was still by myself. So it was like that isolation. And so just pretty much this book is just talking about all this ugly stuff, but throughout this ugly stuff, God birthed me. He allowed me to see who I truly was. It took me, 40 plus years to get there. But the good thing is Romans 8:28, he worked all things out for his glory, right? And so at that time I didn't understand that. But as I began to write this book, I began to really see how God's hand was in everything that I was going through. Because even as I was drinking and driving, I find myself waking up when I'm about to go off a cliff. Who has been
Mm.
driving this car all this time? I've been on the road for a minute and drinking and driving. Here come the police pulling me over. He didn't say, no, 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 come on, let me lock you up. He said, no, let me make sure let me make sure you get home safe, right?
Mhm.
I had my daughter in the back seat. He could have called CPS. He could have did everything, but he said, "No, no, no. Let me make sure you get home." And so, it's just pretty much let them know that they can overcome anything. I mean, my nephew, he was murdered at the age of 2, and so dealing with that as well. So it's like we want to always be angry, but when you are truly living for God, you have to forgive. And people
Mhm.
be like, "Well, how do I get to this point of forgiving?" You have to get out of your own way. You really have to sit yourself aside and be like, God, I need you to heal me. I need you to mold me. I need to forgive these people, not for me, but I'm sorry, not for them, but for me. so
Right.
that I can be free. And so when I realized that I forgave people, it was a peace. But when I was still holding on to that unforgiveness, they would come around me and I would get like this attitude. And I'm like, why do I have an attitude being around this person? Because God said,
Mhm.
you really haven't forgiven him. And I said,
Mhm.
oh, okay, God, come on in and search my heart and show me some stuff. Show me what
Mhm.
it is that I need to release because
Mhm.
I don't want to be this way. I need to be free because there's people that you need me to go reach out to. And so just through that process of my life, my journey, I just smile and I just say, thank you, God, that he chose me. Some things it was designed to be, but there was things that I made that choice. But God, he still worked it together. He still
Yes.
worked it together.
And it sounds like in your writing this book that you really came to the understanding of who you are, and you're kind of like got your rebirth,
Hmm. Yes,
the
ma'am.
rebirth of who you are. Is this your first book?
This is my first book. Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
actually
Great.
it came out in November of last year.
Okay.
Hmm.
And from this book, I think I saw somewhere where you do coaching. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So is your book used in your coaching program? Are you using some information from that, or are
So
you?
yes. So there's I have a manual that I actually wrote as well that I took some pieces from the book and also the process that I had to go through in this manual. So that's what I do. That's what I use in my coaching.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
And do you how many more books are you going to birth out of yourself?
God has already given me 3 book titles. So
Okay.
I started one so far. Um, it's it's more than that.
Mhm.
So it's all about me really just sitting down and just doing it. And so
Mhm.
I know I even picked it up yesterday. So it's coming. It is coming because there's so much in me that he needs me to share. And
Mhm.
it's not just for women. I have men who even read the book and they begin to confess some things that they were holding on to, like being molested, right? And dealing with the feelings of abandonment. So it's like this book wasn't written for me. It was written for those who are broken and who just don't know how to say anything because they were either embarrassed, they were ashamed, or just don't know the words to say, which is
Mhm.
okay. Because when we don't recognize what this feeling is, guess what? The enemy, that's where he goes in and play with it. So that's why we as people, we need to open our mouth and ask for help. And even if
Absolutely.
I see my brother or my sister, they hurting, I need to go say something to them. I don't have to know you
Absolutely.
as I'm in a grocery store. If I in my spirit I see something that's going on with you, I need to go say, hey, hello, how you doing? And bring up that conversation and then begin to tell them, if God put it on your heart to give them the word, please give them the word. Stop
Mhm.
turning your ear because only sometimes the people only need just a smile. You can save a person's life just by giving them a smile, just by saying hello. Because there's many people who would say, oh, guess what? I was about to go commit suicide. But when you came up to me and just said hello and smile, that touched my heart to where I knew there was a God. Because people be like, God, give me a sign. And you get that person who come and just show you just that unconditionally love. And I don't have to know you. You don't have to know the people.
Mhm.
Listen to your spirit.
Mhm. Absolutely.
I'd have
So
me
true.
shouting and
I
preaching
know
on
it.
you.
I know it. I ain't gonna. You know what? I'm like, I'm already filled up. Like I'm totally full. And y'all just keep doing it to me over and over again. I'm not gonna be good for nothing. When day Saturday come, I'm just gonna go somewhere and curl up in the corner
Yeah.
because when I tell you this book fair has been everything.
Hmm.
It has been everything. Every day is just such a blessing to see people bringing forth their gifts, their talents. And our whole motto is your literature is your legacy.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying the same thing, like you write for other people. Even it doesn't even matter whether it's fictional or non-fictional. It's
Hmm.
still not just for you. It's the
Yeah.
birth of something better for our planet, especially if your intentions are to raise awareness in certain areas, which your book does that. Getting dealing with past hurt will keep us bound if we don't deal with it.
Oh yeah.
So so what are some of the things that I know you said who the book's for, and there's some other beautiful things brewing for you. What are some of the pathways that you just are taking this time that you did not take in the past? That you some things that you're doing different now today than you didn't do before.
I am now being aware of myself and my feelings. And so it's very important that we be
Mhm.
aware of who we are and the things that goes on in our mind, because we've been, well, excuse me, I have been living just day by day, day by day, day by day, doing the same routines, not being aware of the things that
Mhm.
I was really processing, not being aware of the words that I was speaking in my mouth, because it was like, it was just that, every day you'll say the same thing. Oh, I'm going to be on this job forever. Or I'm going to be doing this, blah, 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 blah. But now that I am aware and I'm conscious of my mind and I'm conscious of the words that's coming out of my mouth, I'm conscious what I let in my ear, and I'm conscious what I see. So being aware of these things, this has been my pathway. And and to be honest, I'm just literally hearing these things of being aware. I need you to be aware, he says to me. I need you to be aware. I need you to be focused.
Mhm.
So here it is, as I'm being focused, he's heightening my discernment so that I can be aware of things and allowing Holy Spirit to quickly say, no, 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 you're going to the left. I need you to come on back over here to the right. So being aware of my feelings is the main thing, because I can't allow my feelings or my emotions to take over my spirit. Because yes, we're gonna
Was
have our emotions,
Was
but
there
go
what
ahead.
I just got to ask this question before I
Hmm.
get away from me. Was there something that triggered that? Was it something, was it an event that triggered that awakening
Oh
within
yes,
you?
ma'am.
What was that
Yes.
event, if you don't mind
Um,
sharing?
yeah, not a problem. No, no, no. I was dealing with a young man, and he had ended up getting killed on a motorcycle accident. And so when
Mhm.
he passed away, I was going downhill, but God, he used with his tragedy to raise me up.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah.
See, I listen. I listen
Hmm.
well, and I know when you sharing that, there's always something. There's a vehicle that turns those triggers on to
Hmm.
make us say, "Okay, get off that path, get over here on this path."
Hmm.
So, and it's something about mortality that has a way of doing that. It happened to me too. When you when people make transitions, that's always a great wake up call for the living.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know, it's like, what
Hmm.
are you doing? What are you doing with this time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know, what do you have going on today now that your book is out? What are you doing? How are you running with this book?
So I'm gonna be honest. I've been sitting on this book just a little bit.
Okay, you better get up off of that. Get up
So
off
I,
of
So I've been
it.
sitting on it, and God is saying, I need you to do these book tours, and I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And so, but now, since the books have come back in, because I did, the first time when they first came out, I was promoting them and doing that part just a little bit, and so, but now God said, I need you to order these books, and I'm like, okay, right, and so now I'm making people more aware of the book. And so I'll be talking about it more. I'll be even going live on Facebook, even even on my own program show that I begin to share more. And so I'll be in
What's your
Kansas.
program?
I have a Elevation TV, and it's called Unleash. Listen to me, I'm getting tongue tied.
That's okay.
Unleash Your Uniqueness program.
Love it.
And so pretty much we do that. I do that on Monday nights. It's not even my platform, it's God's platform. So I do it on Monday nights at 9 p.m., where I bring guests on, where they begin to share their story of how they are unleashing, or or how many have overcome, because still so many people are still in that process. Um,
Mhm.
and so I'm just so grateful that God has allowed me to be able to help others to share their story. And so as I'm
Right.
helping others to share their story, he said, tapping me on my shoulder, I need you to tell yours just a little bit more.
Right. Right. And that's and you do, like, because the assignment is on you. So you have to be obedient and follow and hold on to the assignment and run with it, because somebody is waiting for you.
Yes.
That's one thing about our literature. Our literature is our legacy, and somebody is waiting for you to write that book. Someone is waiting for you to show up on that stage and talk and counsel and support. Someone is waiting for you. You did not go through all of that trauma for nothing.
Yes.
You did not
Yes,
make
ma'am.
all of those decisions, bad, good, or indifferent, for nothing. And this is what we have to realize, that we need each other. We
Oh,
all
yeah.
need each other. And this is why the I Am Enough platform does what it does, because, it's like a nice vehicle to help people connect, and identify with how we do need to add this special magic to each other's lives. So I
Oh, yeah.
thank you for that. I want you to share with someone that may have their dreams on the shelf, that have their book unfinished. What bit of advice could you give them?
Stop doubting yourself, right? Because
Ooh.
a lot of times that's what the problem is. We allow what's going on in here and not listening to what Holy Spirit is saying, or we're worrying about what somebody else is going to say, or this book is not going to be good enough. Who's going to purchase this book, right? And
Yes.
so I encourage them. Anybody who is saying these things in their mind, I encourage you to sit down and write your book. Don't think that it has to be perfect. Because let me tell you, as I wrote my book, and I clearly put in here, this is not your average book, because I need people to feel the way that I was feeling as I'm writing this book. I need them to really know who I was. So the way
Mhm.
that I taught, this is the way that is in this book. I
Mhm.
don't need you to try to change it up and try to correct this and try to correct that. No, can you just put the period at the end? Wherever there needs to be a period or a comma, that's all I need you to do.
Mhm.
Because the way that God has given me all my books, it has to flow the way that I flow, so that
Right.
you can feel me. As you reading this, you can feel me. You can literally see and imagine what was taking place in these in my lifetime in these stories. And
Mhm.
the other books that he's given to me. And so it's like, don't feel that your book got to be perfect.
Mhm.
I
Stop
got to say it
doubting
again.
yourself.
Don't feel that
Stop
your book got to
doubting
be
yourself.
perfect.
Yes.
Just do it, because as you said, somebody is waiting on your particular story. If God
Absolutely.
has told you to write that book, write that book,
Write that
and
book.
don't hold nothing back. Listen, Holy Spirit gonna tell you what to put in the book. Period.
Absolutely. So let us know what your power word before you take off for tonight, and then I want to see you being more active. So let's follow each other on Facebook. You tagging me when you going live, so I can be coming over there to see what Joyce is up to, because she's supposed to be bringing this message out a little bit more often. So
I
tell
will.
us your
I will.
give our viewers one power word. Leave them with one power word.
I was like, Jesus, I got more than one
I
one
know it better.
word,
We
but
only want one.
the one that I was led to was empower, right?
Ooh,
So it's
empower.
empower. And so
I love
we
it.
pretty much got to empower each other, and not just. So for me, the women that God has sent it to me, I empower them so that they can empower themselves to show up and do the things that they need to do.
Hmm. I love
Because
it.
because
I
they
love
have
it.
to also empower themselves.
Absolutely.
Because I can tell you this all day long, but if you're not empowering yourself or encouraging yourself, you're not going to do anything. So
That's
I'm
right.
just here to be that guide and that tool for you, that influencer to, guess what, push you. But at the end of the day, you got to do this thing.
That's
So
right.
yes, my one word is empower.
Empower. I want to thank you so much, Queen, for coming on with us tonight. I want to thank you for being a part of the first summertime international virtual book fair. We're going to be having another one in the fall. So we definitely would love for you to come back and let us know what new things you have going on, because I
Yes,
know there's going to be lots of new things going on. And just stay in touch. Let I Am Enough Talk Show family become part of your family. Let's do this together. We don't have to operate by ourselves. And I say this to all of the authors that have come through here. I say that we don't have to work alone. We can all work together. So I want to just thank you for that, for coming on with us tonight.
And thank you for having me. This has been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
we have one more author coming through. Now I hear she's from the D. That's what a little birdie told me. So you know what we gotta say when she come on, right? Do y'all know? They don't know. They don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just change some stuff out here. I gotta get it right. Now she's from the D. So what we gotta say? We gotta say what up though?
What up though?
That's right. Miss Crystal's in the building and the crowd goes, wow!
Shots fired! Yes.
Man, oh man. Okay, Queen. I'm so glad you're joining us tonight. We gonna wrap up.
Yes,
and
with the D.
There you go. So what I'm gonna do is you look amazing.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. I thank you for this opportunity to talk to you about your book and get to know you a little bit better. And we had an opportunity to chat a little while a couple days ago, and discovering how little this world is. The world just kind of gets smaller and smaller. You're only they say you're only a few connections from knowing somebody, right?
That's correct.
Connections. So we found out that we have some things in common and that we know some people. So I'm gonna scoot over. You introduce yourself, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about dilemmas.
Awesome. Okay. Well, my name is Crystal Tarver. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. I am a mother of 3, a wife of 20 years. So this book is very enduring to me. I actually wrote this book during quarantine. I had got permanently laid off from my job, and I took the opportunity to finish the book. So the book it's a nice book about different things. But to get back to myself, I've been writing for a really long time. I started off writing poetry, then there was rap, probably when I was about 10, 11, 12 years old. So it's something that I actually use for therapy. Something I've been told that I should write short stories. I started so long ago. My teachers telling me I should write short stories. My husband telling me that I should, probably turn some of my short stories into plays. So therefore, it's been something that's been inside of me for a long time, and it's very therapeutic.
Absolutely. I love it. A rapper, huh?
Yes, I used to rap. I still sometimes.
You want to hit us with a good rap right quick?
Oh no, I can't. But
No.
you know what? I remember my first rap. It was my rap name was Miss Attitude. Was with my good friend Trey and Whitney Young, middle school. But it went something like, it was called Sack Chasers.
Okay.
So it was like sack chasers, money erasers. Once you take your money, she can't replace you. And then that started
You know what that's kind of remind me of? What was that group? Was that it? It was like it had that little
yes. Okay. What about middle school raps? I still dibble and dabble sometimes or whatever have you, but not off the dome like I used to.
Not off the dome. Well, we're gonna have to get you back in the studio, okay? We're gonna have to put you in the studio. So
that's definitely on my to-do list. It really is. To get in the studio.
Wonderful. It's such a pleasure hearing your smile, hearing your joy, come through. And you said, and what I'm discovering too is that a lot of books were written during the pandemic.
Yes,
A
yes.
lot of new authors were being made during this time.
Yeah, it gave me some time to reflect, and I had already started on the book. I had started several books, but like not being experienced, I left everything on a USB drive, and I put it in one of my drawers, and it got caught. So you know how you can't open the drawer up, and me and my husband tried to get the drawer open, and it damaged the USB drive. So therefore, I had lost like several books that I had started. But I didn't let it get me down. I didn't, it stumped me for a little bit. But during quarantine, I said, you know what? I have to get this book finished.
So what is the title of this book is Dilemmas. Tell us a little bit about what this book is about. Is this a fiction or nonfiction?
It is fiction. It's called Dilemmas If Loving You Is Wrong.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yes.
That's what I thought when I first saw that subtitle. I just you just break out into song when you hear
That's right.
That. Yeah. So tell us walk us through what Dilemmas is all about.
Okay, dilemma is about, something that a lot of people experience when they're torn between two loves. They're torn between the person that they really want to be with but can't be with, and somebody that they really kind of settle for. So a lot of people are in these situations, and we don't hear about it all the time because they're either too ashamed to admit it. But we all have been in either one of three things: love, or in lust.
Ooh,
so
sometimes all of it at the same time.
The same time, exactly. So it is a combination of a man that's actually trapped between two women, and he don't know what to do. And one woman is, she's obviously with someone else, and they can't be together. And that's the one he really wants to be with, but he can't be with her. So therefore, he settles for something else because he's getting older. And like most men, they get older and they want to settle down, and they by any means necessary. So it turns into a situation where it becomes, it becomes almost like borderline entrapment for some. Some people devilish. Somebody that decides they don't want to let go when it becomes very dangerous. So it's definitely a book filled with a lot of twists and turns, excitement, sex, all of that. It's really erotic.
Real sound kind of saucy.
Oh, very saucy. Yes.
Okay.
So
where did you get these characters from? Were these how did you sit and create the characters for your book?
Well, I had already had some a few characters in mind just from people that I've known that's been dealing with situations. And it's already had like 3 or 4 characters in mind. It was just getting the names together and whatnot. But it was definitely something that, that people that I've known that it's experienced, that's went through, that's going through, so it was nothing it was just getting the names together, but it was nothing to put these characters on paper. It was pretty easy, actually.
Yeah. Now, what are the main characters' names?
Well, we have Rakeem. Courtney. She is the woman that he is settling to be with. Cherie is the woman that he wants to be with. And then we had Lex. Lex is a surprise. It's not really a surprise character, but she plays a dual role that if, I don't want to give too much away.
No, don't give it away, because that sounds like a page turner.
It is. It really is. Yes.
Now, do you have a sequel to that? Are you creating a sequel to that?
I am. I'm working on, oh goodness, I'm working on part 2. I don't want to say
you don't have to tell me the name. You don't have to tell me the name because
it'll give away the end, kind of. So I don't want to.
Okay.
But I am working on part 2. I've actually just read it on my Facebook because I actually created a group page. For it, and one of the ladies on there just like if I can just share something really quick of what she said, really quick. Okay. And she just, because some people have had this book and just haven't read it yet, and some people have the book and and have read it. But she literally just posted like 28 minutes ago. Nisha Jerry. She said, so finally I had a chance to sit down and read. Baby, when I tell you I'm ready for the damn part 2 and part 3. She said, make it a movie. I'm all in, Crystal Ken Tarver. You outdid yourself with this book. I needed a boo and a sugar daddy. It got hot and heavy. So that's just one of the...
Ain't nothing like a good review. There is nothing like a good review. That's a good saucy review.
It makes you feel really, really good. So everybody's amped up about part 2, and I'm gonna give it to them.
You're gonna give it to them. I know you are. You're gonna give it to them, and then I can't wait to see what else you're gonna do with them. Who inspires you as a writer?
Oh my God, we have to be so many. You got Carl Weber, you got Elin Harris, you got my girl Casey Carter. She's the one that actually she's a Detroit author as well. She wrote about 8 or 9 books, and she also has a nice little sexy lingerie shop on West 7 Mile Road. So her, you have you have Terry Woods, you have Juan, you have Shannon Holmes. It's just so many. Zane, definitely. I get my writing style from Zane, so I love Zane. So it's just so many different authors. I love to read books because I am in several book clubs as well. So it's just something that it just made sense to me to write and to read.
Now, where is your book setting at? Is it setting in Detroit?
Most definitely.
So tell me some of the spots that's in the book that you talk about. Where?
I talk about.
Take me down memory lane. I love Detroit, and that's my hometown. And take me somewhere. Where did you go in the book? Did we go to the Coney Island in the book? Take me somewhere, Crystal. Don't leave me flat on my face, okay?
Okay, we went to Capers. If you know that good steakhouse, steak by the ounce on Gratiot with the Capers. We went to Ocean Prime in Troy. We did, I think it was Erotic City Gentlemen's Club. We did. What else we did? Man.
Okay.
The Olive Garden. There was Olive Garden. We took you on a trip, basically driving down 696 to Van Dyke to the hotels and things of that nature.
Okay, I'm visualizing. I'm riding. You driving? I'm riding. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. See, that's what you love about when you writing these books and you can like visualize, especially. And it doesn't matter, like even if I wasn't from Detroit, but being from Detroit and knowing those spots, it even adds a little bit more excitement. But if you read any book and if it's set in Chicago and you're going in these places and then you say, wow, I was there, I was on Michigan Avenue, I was here, I was there, this happened there. So that power of the pen is something else, isn't it?
Baby, tell me about it. It's powerful.
Yes,
it is.
To tell the story.
Just as powerful as that mouthpiece,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this mouthpiece has been working overtime. Okay.
You've been doing a great job. I'm so excited that be on the platform and and to listen to a lot of the other authors, tell their stories as well. So it's definitely awesome to be a part of it. So I thank you so much.
Well, thank you for for coming on board and for sharing. And I look forward to reading your book. I look forward to, like that lady said, give her a part 2, a part 3, a sugar daddy, and what she said in a young tender and a boo. Give her a sugar daddy, a boo, and whatever else you got in store for us. So that's just beautiful. What kind of inspiring words can you leave with our listeners today on just putting it all on the table, getting taking their stories off the shelf?
I would definitely say just stick with it. Be determined. Make some time out for yourself, because working at these corporations, you're working to get them rich. You're working to, uplift them and empower them in their business, but you have to invest in yourself. So therefore, you would definitely need to actually be determined. There's so many people out there, and thank God I was able to write this book and try to inspire, because I've heard so many people say that, you wrote a book, that's so inspiring. I've tried to write a book. I'm writing a book. How can you help me? How can you assist? And I would definitely say just stick with it. Just be determined and don't let nothing hold you back from it. You have to invest in yourself and your craft.
Absolutely. And that's what you have done. Where are you taking your book to outside of, I know you're working on 2 and 3. Do you see yourself doing any type of like live events, putting on some nice little sexy shows and stuff?
I definitely do. I'm waiting to after I do part 2 of Dilemmas of Loving You Is Wrong, I definitely want to take it to, there is a spot on the Northwest Activity Center on the west side that I'm hoping to actually perhaps get make it a play. So I definitely want to do that. But even on a smaller scale, if I can actually, like you said, do some kind of live event in regards to it. I did have a book signing for the first book, and then I had something like a big book meeting. So I definitely want to do that again, but on a larger scale. So definitely want to start off that, but I don't want it to end there. I definitely want to be on the big screen, with the Terry Woods, with the Carl Weathers, and things of that nature, just doing bigger things with my books.
Absolutely. And what about writing for other projects? Because you're a character writer.
Yeah, and you know what? I do want to. I want to write for other projects. I'm actually open and willing to do anything to enhance my career and to get my foot in the door. So I'm definitely open to that. I've been asked several times by several different people to help write their books, help them write their books. So I'm definitely open.
Yes, that's lovely. And I'm asking all of our authors, what's that one power word that you want to leave with our viewers?
It will be tenacity.
Tenacity. All right, then that's a word. That's a word, y'all. Tenacity. So y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from Crystal. Dilemma is out. You can catch that on now. Put your website, because you said that everything, they can just go to your website and connect with you. And can they find out about the book clubs that you are spearheaded as well on the website?
No, but the book club that I actually pride myself on is the Cover Girls Book Club. Been a member there, I think, for like almost 10 years now. So that is, I don't advertise it on the website itself, but it'll be Cover Girls Book Club is a book club that I've actually been down with for the last 10 years. And I think Goddess Book Club is on a virtual one that's online. But if they do go and purchase the book, you go to putitinwords.com, you will get an autographed copy of the book, as well as this cute bookmark.
Oh, I love that bookmark. It's nice. Well, I'm gonna get my autograph copy. And I want to thank you, Crystal, for so much for coming in, for wrapping up tonight's session. Thank you for just and keep coming back. When I come to the D, I want to meet you in person. So
definitely. We have to hit one of those spots that we talked about.
Yes, like capers.
Well, I hate to disappoint, but I've heard from a little reliable birdie that they're not opening back for dine-in service, just takeout.
No.
Yeah.
Because because people, they don't have people who want to work. The food industry is in trouble.
It is. And they say they make more money actually doing carry out. So I don't know how that is.
They don't have that overhead. I don't know either. But the world is shifting. So we got to change with the world. So again, I appreciate you, all you do and all you're doing for our literary community. And definitely thank you for being a part of our first summertime international virtual book fair. We're going to have another one in when is it? October. So perhaps you can come back and spread some more love and light to the platform. And I really do appreciate you.
Oh, definitely. I'll be back. And I appreciate you as well. Thank you for providing the platform for authors like myself, that's first-time authors or authoress, to come on and share, their experiences and to grow.
Thank you. You are so welcome. Come back anytime, Crystal. Come back anytime.
Will do.
So this has been a night to remember. Can somebody say night to remember? The queen is tired. I'm telling you, it's not that I'm tired. I'm filled. I am so full with excitement, so full with joy, seeing all of these amazing authors come in to this space and talk and lend their voice and inspire us and encourage us. We have something for the children. We have something for the community. We have something for our young people, young leadership, something like books of creativity. It's just, life is good. Life just doesn't get any better than this. Anytime you can be involved in something, a movement that's shining the spotlight on people doing great things. There are so many people that sit on their talent, that don't go anywhere in life, that complain all day about things that they can't change. But these people, and most of these people, were new authors that said, you know what? I'm not going to let COVID hold me back. I'm not going to let those circumstances of losing a job or divorce or anything else hold me back, or labels or the stigma that society gives us, that they say, I'm not going to let any of those things hold me back. I am going to get out here and live my dream. So that's what I love sitting in the seat and listening to all of these amazing stories. I hope that you have enjoyed day 4 of our virtual book fair. And if you have, please put a 1 down in the comment. Let everybody know that you were here. Continue to share the information. We'll be right back here tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow at noon. That's Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right back here, and then again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please keep joining us. Please keep sharing the information, and make sure that you go check out our authors. Make sure that you go follow them. Make sure that you connect with them, purchase their books, spread the love. You can go out here and purchase everything else. You can spend a little bit of money, no more than $20. I don't think there's no books out here that cost more than $20, or just say $25. You can go ahead on and sow some seeds into somebody else and help their legacy grow, and you'll be blessed because of it. Right. So I said it and I meant it, and that's the way it is. Okay. What up though? I want y'all to have a great night. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Let me go. I'm gonna go over here and grab MC class, because I need him to take me on out of here tonight. So sit back and take a listen, okay?
Go through with PTSD, also I'm ex-military, but I learned how to turn it into microphone techniques. So I'm gonna freestyle, and then I'm gonna tell y'all a little something, because Wanda D told me to freestyle. Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Hard with the drums. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I come from the boogie down, south side of town. MCs like me, we come incredible. See, I've been spending so much time in my head. Grab the microphone. Did you hear what I just said? I got skills, rocking on the mic. I pay bills all the time. Rapping on the beat with the rhyme. I'm coming off the top of my mind. I do this all the time. This is how I grind. I am enough.
I am enough.
Sing it. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am enough. Times right now are totally rough. Every time I'm dealing with this stuff, I grab I don't bluff, and when I hold the microphone, I'm like the bluff. Sit back and watch the crowd rock. I grab the microphone non-stop. Blast the microphone is, I got a bonus to grab this mic and do just what I like. Too much hesitation, I had to take the time. Sit back, relax, so I can unwind. Messing with my mind. Now I gotta come out here and show this one time that I could have rhymed. Say a little stuff that was on my mind. And this is how we do. Are y'all with me? I'm with you too. Say I am enough. I am enough. Say I am enough. I am enough. Come on, times are tough and you know it's rough, but say I am enough. I am enough. Say I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I'm from the Bronx, baby. Alright.
In the 8C.
Hey y'all, it's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, your accountability coach helping you get it done. What is it that you need to get done? I can help you get on the media and make more money. Get that exposure you're looking for. So come see me. Check me out all social media under Wanda D Hollis, yes, my government name. And you can also follow my website at IamEnough365.com. That's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, and I look forward to seeing you soon.